Hello, it's T85. Time for another episode of Let's Play CIMA the Enemy. Time to deal with this floor again. Now, the real problem with this puzzle is... think about what I gotta do. Now I need to get two people across. I found that really it's kind of hard to do unless you second guess the Buno. Because Ivy takes a little while. She has a bit of a reaction time. Okay, the next one's gonna have to get on there. See? Ivy's reaction time is slower than Ark's. So you pretty much have to react by that. That's it, I'm going off to kill stuff. Yeah, I had all this trivia lined up that I was going to say in this dungeon while doing it the second time. And guess who forgot all her trivia? Either it's something I used in an earlier dungeon. Oh, here's a piece of trivia. Notice some of the face portraits slightly changed in the Japanese version. It's really slight, and if you weren't looking, you might not notice the character changes. I might not have mentioned this before, or I might have, but all the characters' ages changed, too. The only people who had the same ages were Urald, Doug, and Eleda, if we're going by the character books. If we're going by stuff in the manuals, Eleda's age changed, too. Wait a minute. I accidentally hit the wrong button. Rather than have to recalculate it later. Yeah, Emmy became 6. Halle became 8. Phyllis became 14. Rick and Diana were in their early 20s instead of their late 20s. Pretty much everyone in their 30s had small reductions in ages. Claude, except for Claude, who got moved to being in his 40s. Let's see, in Ark and Ivy, Ark became 17, Ivy became 16. Which is an interesting reference to Lufia the Legend Returns, and if you think about it, that were Wayne and Cena's ages. And Lufia, the heroine of Lufia, was 16, although we don't know the hero's age. It's about, we just know that it's about the same because, they were childhood friends. And it matters how you take his age, the mention at the end of them being the same age as being that estimate same age, or more of an around the same age, considering at the end it was involved. Wherein the only other characters involved in that scene were old people, so old people versus young people kind of deal. I'm trying to do it without spoiling the ending of Lufia, and the reason for this, even though it's such an old game, and pretty much anyone who's played CIMA has probably heard about it from playing Lufia. Then again, more likely to play Lufia too. Especially considering but anyway, it's kind of I have some people who've tried to rationale the age. I don't know what their rationale is, or if there's been different ages mentioned on the few sites that did it. But with the hero, whenever people try to rationale ages up, they tend to put him at 17, it seems. I don't know where they're getting the information from, or if it's just a guess on their parts. I don't know, but it's kind of interesting if you think about the reference. How did I reverse my... Will this sort of help a bit? I am short on those. And we found Jean and the family. Yay! Another family reunion. Obviously, they haven't explained to Jean what the heck happened. Remember that for later, that CIMA shapeshift. Although I didn't, and up until now, we only thought they shapeshifted into the form of monsters. Before we start, Telmia is giving Halle back the ring so he can go faster. I'll give Telmia more supplies at the exit, rather than do it on camera. Sigilish, you're not getting my men. Yeah, if you're not careful, you get the Labby-Loo nest up there to start bothering you. And if the Labby-Loo nest starts bothering you, well... Actually... It's kind of you're being attacked on two fronts, which is why you gotta go so carefully on that move. And now we have 4 teams, so it's gonna take a lot longer. And I didn't check to make sure there was people in the 4th team. Anyway. Well, we have the way to go, but I have something else I'm going to have to do first. Ha, you can't even bite anything. I'd normally reset my parties, but this dungeon is long and I just want out. And there it is, the 4th speed ring in the game. And I just got, because the pause was the loveliest spot. Against a lot of better judgment, I am giving it to Jean. Just because I'm going to have the H family's team be the Wild Zoomers. Yeah, considering we go to this dungeon twice, it is a little longer than most. Though it's not compared to the last dungeon, but that's because it's the last dungeon. The last dungeon is supposed to be long, and I'm going to kill somebody because I want to get out of here now. Okay. You have to move carefully on this one. That's a time switch, so we're not going to deal with it yet. I'm just going to wait on getting everyone to a real safe place. Can't reach me, can't reach me. Because that guy will go after the pioneers if they're standing there. So just going to put them in here. And now, Daldan, 12 hit point, 9 attack, 8 defense. And now that we're on here, after I get rid of Fast Garen, everyone can move up. I just want this to stay down. Yeah, this one just needs a simple weight of 5. That's an easy one to deal with. And the other one nearby needs a weight of 1. Oh, what in the hell? Oh, there's another Daldan over here. That's what I get for trying to go quickly. Luckily, this level's almost over because this is getting to be quite a long episode. I do have partly myself to blame for elongating this dungeon, for not strategically thinking of how to move that one part. For knocking people into the... I'll heal later. Halle, get the final material in the level. And of course, they run out of their all dash, but oh well. We're at the very end. We have enough to fit into the 15-minute YouTube limit. Because down on the next floor is our boss. Maybe jumping the gun a bit, but it's time to make Ginox pay. And next time, we're going to do just that. See you then.